So picture this situation. You're standing in a coffee shop.
Okay, I'm picturing it.
Right. And you've been studying English for years. You know the grammar rules, like hundreds of vocabulary words. But then the person behind the counter looks at you and asks a really simple question.
Oh, I know where this is going.
Yeah. And suddenly your brain is it's like a completely empty whiteboard.
Just wiped clean?
Exactly. All the English you studied just completely disappears. You just stare at them, feeling all this panic, and all you can say is, yes.
Oh, man.
Have you ever felt this way? Because, it is such a common experience.
It really is. And it's incredibly frustrating for learners. Like, beyond frustrating.
It's so frustrating. And when we say your mind, goes blank, we mean there is simply nothing there. Like, the whiteboard is empty. You want to have a real conversation. You want to show your actual personality, but your brain just stops working.
This just shuts down.
Right. So today in our deep dive, we're going to explore exactly why this happens. Our mission today is to figure out the science behind this mental block, but more importantly, how you can train your brain to think directly in English.
Which is, that's really the ultimate goal for any language learning, because learning to think in a new language, it actually changes how you interact with the world.
I love this mission, and I just want to speak directly to you, the listener, right now. If you struggle with this blank feeling, please know you are definitely not alone.
Absolutely not alone.
It's a completely normal part of the learning journey. And today we're going to fix it together and, we might even have a little fun doing it.
For sure. But to start solving this problem, we kind of have to look closely at what is actually happening inside your head when someone speaks to you. We need to understand why these conversations feel so difficult in the first place.
Yeah, let's unpack that. Because, if I know the vocabulary, why is my brain freezing up?
Well, according to our source material, you are basically experiencing a massive traffic jam in your head.
A traffic jam, okay.
Yeah. Let's look at the mechanics of it. When someone asks you a question in English, your brain doesn't just answer. It goes through this very safe but very, very slow three-step process.
A three-step process. Okay, so what's step one?
Step one. You hear the English question, and your brain immediately translates it into your native language.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, you want to be safe, so you turn it into a language you completely understand.
That makes total sense. I hear English, I change it to my language to feel, comfortable.
Exactly. Then step two, you think of your answer, but you're still thinking in your native language. You build the whole sentence in your safe language.
Right.
And then step three, you try to translate that native language answer back into English so you can actually speak.
Wow. Okay, so native language, build the answer back to English, and then speak. That sounds like a massive amount of mental work.
It is exhausting. And when I say exhausting, it drains all your mental energy. It makes your brain so tired trying to do all that heavy lifting.
Because it's too much at once.
Right. Because in a real conversation, people speak fast. If your three-step translation takes even 2 or 3 extra seconds, you've already lost the flow of the conversation.
Oh, I know that feeling so well. By the time I finally translate my perfect answer to the first question, the native speaker is already asking the second question.
Yep. And that is exactly why conversations feel overwhelming.
And overwhelming just means feeling like something is way too much to handle.
Yeah, exactly. It feels like you're drowning in information. It's too much to handle all at once, so your brain just gives up and goes blank.
It reminds me of trying to watch a very fast, beautiful, high-quality video on a really slow Wi-Fi connection.
Oh, that's a good comparison.
You know that feeling? You watch 2 seconds of the video, and then it stops. You just pause it to load.
With the little circle spinning?
Right. Little circle spins and spins on the screen. Then it plays for 2 more seconds and it pauses again. That is exactly what translating in your head feels like. You are a slow Wi-Fi connection.
That is a brilliant way to picture it. You are constantly pausing to load the next word.
But wait, this brings up a big question for me.
Okay.
If the problem is slow Wi-Fi, isn't the solution just to, get a faster connection?
Meaning what, exactly?
Shouldn't I just practice translating faster? If I memorize my dictionary, I can translate at high speed?
See, that is the logical conclusion most learners make. But the source material says no.
No.
No. The goal is not to translate faster. The goal is to cut the cord entirely. You must stop translating completely.
Stop completely. But, how do I understand anything without translating?
Well, they're doing what native speakers do. Think about this. Native speakers do not have a translation dictionary in their heads.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
So, to show how this works, The text introduces something called the coffee test.
The coffee test. Okay, I'm intrigued. How does it work?
Let's test it out. When I say the word coffee, what happens in your brain? If you're relying on translation, you hear the English word coffee, and your brain immediately searches for the matching word in your native language.
Right.
You connect a word to another word.
Yeah. English word equals native word. Like reading a dictionary.
But native speakers connect the English word directly to real life. Let's ask our listener to try this.
Yes. Listener, try this with us right now. When I say coffee, I do not want you to think of the letters C-O-F-F-E-E.
No letters.
And do not think of the word in your language. Just pause.
Take a second.
Imagine the deep, dark smell of the coffee beans. Imagine holding a warm cup in your hands on a freezing cold winter morning. Imagine that bitter, warm taste hitting your tongue.
Notice what happens when you do that. Your brain lights up with memories, with senses, with feelings. You're connecting the English sound directly to a real physical experience.
That feels completely different. You basically skip the dictionary step entirely. You're bypassing the translation center of your brain.
Bypassing it completely, going right around it. When you connect English to life, rather than to your native language, you remove the slow Wi-Fi connection. The reaction becomes instant.
I really see the power in the coffee test. We have to connect words to feelings and pictures.
Exactly.
But let me play devil's advocate here for a second.
Go for it.
It's one thing to smell coffee. It's another thing to actually start forming my own thoughts and sentences in a foreign language. It feels so difficult to just switch my brain over like that.
It does feel difficult, mainly because of a major trap that most learners fall into.
A trap.
Yeah, a dangerous mistake that is very easy to make. And this trap is perfectionism.
Perfectionism. Wanting everything to be exactly right.
Yes. Learners are smart, capable adults in their native language. They discuss politics. They solve complex problems at work. So when they speak English, they try to use the same complicated, perfect sentences.
Oh, I am completely guilty of this.
Most people are.
Yeah, you want to sound intelligent. I remember trying to tell a story at a dinner party once. I wanted to use like the past perfect tense. I was trying to add fancy adjectives and complex grammar, and halfway through my big, beautiful sentence, my brain just crashed.
Oh, no.
I completely forgot what I was saying. Everyone was staring at me. It was so embarrassing.
That is the trap.
Yeah.
When you're training your brain to stop translating, you cannot start with complex grammar. Our source has very clear advice on this. Think in simple English.
Simple English.
Yeah. You have to think the way small children do.
Wait. I have to push back on this.
Okay, why?
Because if I go to a business meeting or, I don't know, a date, and I talk like a toddler saying, I am hungry, or the coffee is hot, people aren't going to take me seriously. I can't sound like a child in my professional life.
That is a very valid fear, but there is a big difference between being childish and being clear.
Okay.
The text is not saying you must speak like a baby forever. It's saying that when you are training your internal thoughts, you must start small.
Internal thoughts. Got it.
Right. This coffee is hot. I am tired. It is raining. These are basic facts, but they are formed directly in English. No translation.
So it's about building the foundation first.
Yes, because if you can't think a simple thought in English without translating, you will never be able to think a complex thought.
That makes total sense.
And the text suggests a highly actionable daily habit for this. They call it narrating your day.
Narrating your day. Like a narrator in a movie.
Yeah.
The voice you hear in the background that explains the story.
Exactly like that. You become the narrator of your own life. As you go about your normal day, you describe your actions to yourself in your head using the simplest English possible.
Give me an example. What does that sound like?
Well, you wake up in the morning, you think, I'm waking up. You walk to the kitchen. I am walking. I am making breakfast. I am opening the fridge. I am looking for my keys.
I am looking for my keys. That is a sentence I use a lot anyway. I can definitely see how this is helpful. You don't need a teacher. You don't need a classroom. You are just talking to yourself.
The beauty of it is the zero pressure environment. If you make a grammar mistake in your own head, who cares? Nobody hears it.
True.
But you are training your brain to generate English without that native language middle step.
Listener, you can literally do this right now.
Yeah.
What are you doing in this exact moment? Are you riding the bus? You can think, I am riding the bus.
Exactly.
Are you cooking? I am cooking food. Are you walking a dog? I am walking. It's so simple, but doing it every day builds that direct connection.
It makes generating English feel automatic over time.
Okay, I am completely on board with narrating my day alone. But let's return to the real world for a second.
Okay, back to reality.
Let's say I'm in a real conversation. I'm not narrating, I'm actually talking to a real person. And suddenly, I need a specific word, and I realize I don't know it.
Oh, the dreaded missing word.
Yes. Let's say I need the word microwave. But the whiteboard in my head goes completely blank. If I don't translate, won't I just freeze again in front of this person?
That is the scariest moment for any learner, the moment the word just disappears.
It really is.
But the source provides a brilliant workaround. And a workaround is just, a creative way to solve a problem.
Okay, so what's the workaround?
When you forget a word, the rule is do not stop. Do not pause to search for the perfect word in your mental dictionary.
If I don't search for it, what do I do? Just, like, point at things?
You use circumlocution.
Whoa, okay. Circumlocution. That's a big word.
It is a big word, but it just means talking around the subject. You describe the object using easier English words that you already know.
Talk around it. Okay, let's test this with the microwave. Let's say I forgot the word microwave.
So ask yourself basic questions. What is a microwave? Well, it's a machine. What is its purpose? It heats food.
Okay.
So instead of standing there silently panicking, you just say, the machine that heats food?
The machine that heats food. I actually love that. It sounds a little funny, but the other person will know exactly what I mean.
They will, because communication is far more important than perfection. The goal of language is to share an idea, not to pass a vocabulary test.
That is so true.
If the other person understands your idea, you succeed.
Yeah, that is a huge relief. It completely removes the pressure of needing to be this, like, walking dictionary.
And if we look at the psychology of native speakers, they do this in their own language all the time.
We really do.
We forget words constantly. We say things like, can you hand me the thing that opens the bottle?
A bottle opener. Yes, we do that every single day.
Exactly.
Listener, what is your usual reaction in this situation? When you forget a word, do you usually freeze and apologize? Next time, try to just describe it. Say the big red car or the machine that makes coffee. Just keep the conversation moving forward.
Keeping it moving is key. And our source text offers another fantastic strategy to speed up the conversation.
Oh, what is it?
It involves changing how you memorize things. We need to stop learning single words and start learning chunks.
Let's explain chunks, because usually a chunk means a piece of something, like a big chunk of chocolate.
Right. In language learning, a chunk is a phrase. It's a specific group of words that naturally go together.
Okay, a group of words.
Think about how most people study. They read a list of single words. Table, window, run, fast.
It's just a list of ingredients.
Exactly. But native speakers don't speak one word at a time. They speak in these prepackaged chunks. The text suggests learning full phrases like, I'm looking forward to.
Oh, like, I'm looking forward to the weekend.
Exactly. Or chunks like, by the way, or to be honest.
But, I mean, even if I describe something using simple words, building a sentence word by word still takes mental energy. Why are chunks better?
Because of the mental math.
Mental math.
Yeah. If you build a sentence from single words, you have to do grammar math in your head. Take the phrase, to be honest. If you don't know the chunk, you have to think. Okay, I need a preposition, to. Now I need the infinitive verb, be. Now an adjective, honest.
Wow, that really does sound like a math equation.
It is. And doing grammar math while someone is talking to you is exactly why you feel exhausted.
That makes so much sense.
But native speakers do not do that math. They just pull the entire chunk, to be honest, out of their memory as one single sound. It is a pre-built box.
So if you learn the chunk, you basically skip the math. You save all that processing power for the actual conversation. You can just drop these prepackaged boxes right into your sentences.
Precisely. It makes you sound much more natural, and it completely stops that translation traffic jam we talked about.
This is a huge shift in perspective. So let's review our toolkit so far. We're using the copy test to connect English to our senses. We're starting small and narrating our day to ourselves. If we forget a word, we describe it instead of panicking. And we're learning pre-built chunks to avoid grammar math.
It is a really solid strategy.
But here's my final challenge for you.
Bring it on.
Training your brain to think in a foreign language takes real, sustained effort. How do we practice all of this every single day without getting totally burned out?
The source text gives us a few very practical, low-effort daily habits. They are designed to fit right into a busy life.
Oh, I want to talk about my favorite one from the text, the camera roll trick. It is so clever, and basically anyone with a smartphone can do it.
Walk us through how it works.
It's very simple. You open the photo gallery on your phone, your camera roll. You pick any picture at random. Maybe it's a picture of your cat or a photo from a vacation last year.
Okay.
You look at it and you just describe what you see using simple English chunks.
And you do this out loud.
You can do it out loud or just quietly in your head. You look at the vacation photo and think, we were at the beach. The sun was hot. I ate a big pizza. It was a good day.
The psychology behind this trick is really fascinating. Remember the coffee test?
Yeah, connecting it to the senses.
Right. Visual stimuli like photos, they bypass the translation center of your brain. You are looking at a real memory. You already know the context, the emotion, the story.
Right.
So when you attach English words directly to that visual image, you are training your brain to bypass your native language entirely.
You're matching the English directly to the memory.
Yeah.
And it takes maybe 30 seconds. You could do it while waiting in line at the grocery store.
It is a wonderful micro habit, and the text builds on that idea by suggesting we create an English environment.
An English environment? What does that actually mean if I, live in a country where no one speaks English?
Think about it this way. If your entire world is in your native language, your news, your entertainment, your conversations, then English will always feel like a foreign invader. Your brain will treat it like a difficult puzzle it has to solve.
It feels like taking a test every time you use it.
Yes. So to stop translating, English needs to feel safe and normal. You have to surround yourself with it so your brain accepts it as a natural part of your day.
So we change the input.
Exactly. Listen to English podcasts while washing the dishes. Watch YouTube videos about your hobbies in English. A great tip from the text. Change the language on your smartphone to English.
That is brilliant. You look at your phone 100 times a day. If you want to check the weather, you have to navigate an English menu.
Yep.
It forces you to interact with the language to get what you want, but the stakes are very low.
You can even use AI. Have a simple chat with an artificial intelligence app. Or write a 3-sentence journal entry before you go to sleep. Today was busy, I went to work, I feel tired. The more English you absorb passively, the less your brain fights it.
It normalizes the language. I love that. And, well, that brings us to the final and perhaps the most powerful piece of advice in the text. It's called the 2-minute challenge.
Ah, yes. This is the ultimate test of everything we have discussed today.
I am always up for a good challenge.
Sure.
What are the rules?
The rules are incredibly strict, but the time is short. Every single day, you must spend exactly 2 minutes thinking only in English.
Only 2 minutes? That sounds almost too easy.
You would be surprised. You set a timer on your phone for 120 seconds. During that time, absolutely no translation is allowed. You can narrate what you were doing, you can plan your dinner, you can think about a movie you watched, but only in English.
And if my brain gets stuck, like if I hit a blank whiteboard,
You use your tools. If you don't know a word, you describe it. Use a chump, keep the thought moving. But you do not revert to your native language until that timer goes off.
okay, I think we need a new metaphor for this.
Yep.
Let's throw away the slow Wi-Fi for a minute.
Oh, okay. What's the new metaphor?
Doing this 2-minute challenge is like trying to build a brand new walking path in a dense wild forest.
Oh, I like that. Explain that.
The first day you try to think only in English, you're walking into a wild forest. There's no path. You have to push heavy branches out of the way. You trip over tree roots. It's slow and it's exhausting.
Right.
That's the translation traffic jam. Your brain wants to walk on the easy paved road of your native language.
Because the paved road is safe.
Yes, but if you force yourself to walk through the wild forest for just 2 minutes today, and then 2 minutes tomorrow, and 2 minutes the next day, eventually you start breaking the branches. You clear the dirt.
And what happens after a month?
After a month of walking that same route, it's not a wild forest anymore. It is a clear, fast, open trail. Your thoughts can travel down the English path instantly without any resistance.
That is a perfect description of neuroplasticity, which is just, your brain literally building new, faster connections the more you force it to skip the translation step.
Exactly.
Those 2 minutes of pushing branches will eventually become 5 minutes. 5 minutes becomes an hour.
And one day you'll be walking down the street and you'll suddenly realize, wait a minute, I am thinking in English right now and I didn't even try.
That is the magic moment. The path is clear. The translation is gone.
What an incredible journey this has been today. We've covered so much ground. Let's summarize the main tools for you, our listener, so you can start clearing that forest path today.
A quick review is always helpful.
Tool number 1, the coffee test. Stop linking English words to your native dictionary. Link them directly to feelings, smells, and visual memories.
Nice.
Tool number 2, start small. Don't fall into the perfectionism trap. Think in simple, clear sentences and become the narrator of your daily life.
Tool number 3, embrace circumlocution. When you forget a word, do not panic and freeze. Describe it using simpler words. Keep the communication flowing.
Flow is so important.
And tool number 4, learn in chunks. Stop doing grammar math with single words and start using pre-built phrase boxes.
And finally, change your environment. Try the camera roll trick, switch your phone to English, and commit to the 2-minute challenge today. You can absolutely do this.
I do want to emphasize one final point from the source material, though.
Sure.
A lot of learners believe they need to wait until they are fluent to start thinking in English. They think it's a reward for finishing their studies.
Oh, I have heard people say that. Like, I will think in English when I finally stop making mistakes.
But the reality works in the exact opposite direction. You do not wait for fluency to start thinking in English. You become fluent because you practice thinking in English.
Wow, yeah.
Start today. Start with messy, simple, childish sentences. You just need the courage to put the dictionary down.
The courage to put the dictionary down. That is so powerful. As we wrap up this deep dive, I want to leave you with one final thought to chew on. Our source material points out that translating in your head often creates more mistakes because you're trying to force the grammar rules of your language onto English.
Which never works perfectly.
Right. So think about this. What if those small grammar mistakes you were so terrified of making right now, what if they aren't failures at all? What if those tiny mistakes are actually the exact stepping stones, the rocks in the river that you must step on to finally reach the other side?
Mistakes are just proof that you are walking the new path.
Exactly. Don't fear the wild forest. Don't fear the mistakes. Just keep the thoughts moving. Soon enough, that blank whiteboard in your mind is going to be filled with fast, beautiful, natural English.
Enjoy clearing the path.
Thank you so much for joining us on this deep dive. Now, pull out your phone, set your timer, and good luck with your 2-minute challenge.